Hi guys, how are y'all? Hope y'all are doing well. So it's the end of summer definitely here and fall has fallen. So you can see these pear trees in an empty lot in my neighborhood because the area where we live used to be an orchard. Look at this. It's a profusion of colors everywhere. Beautiful autumn colors. Yellow, orange, red. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm an Indian immigrant in California on the west coast of America, and my life is about understanding and enjoying all that this new land has to offer, while also trying to recreate some of the warm memories of the land I left behind. And a big part of making this connection and bridging the gap is through food and nature. Guys, it's also that time of year when I feel like I'm in Kerala, in southern India, my hometown. So, where it rains all the time. So, we get our rains in November and we have our wet season, so to speak. And it's fantastic. I just feel like I'm transported back to the hot, humid country that I'm from the state, rather. And I just enjoy it. But it's not hot, neither is it humid, but the rain sounds the same. And my husband and me sitting outside and enjoying the rains like an Appachan and Amachi. Keralites will know what I'm talking about. So I am heating up for winter. So I have some chicken bones, some back and neck with some ginger because ginger has hypothermic properties. And I had some zucchini and some mushrooms. I threw that in there. I'm going to put a pepper, salt, and I'm going to put a little bit of turmeric in there because it's so anti-inflammatory and good for you. Should probably add some garlic too because I've heard over here that garlic helps you, against colds and coughs and things like that. Then I added some veggies to it and just love a little light broth and soups in the winter. It's not winter yet, but we're kind of, it's getting definitely a lot colder these days. So, guys, in my earlier video, I had mentioned that I have fallen in love with the vanilla eclair flavor of the Nespresso pods, and I'm back at the store to buy some more. I got my 2 vanilla eclairs, so excited to sit on a bench here after my shopping to show you 2 of these pods that I got. Vanilla eclair. I'm so excited. This is going to be my fall flavor. And this time for the sample, I got a couple pods, one from India and one from Indonesia. So India, guys, I'm so excited to try it. Indo-Cal living. And I love the packaging. Look at this. The background, it looks like wood. The wood from Indonesia is well known here, a lot of items. Oh my God, amazing packaging, the creativity. So, guys, in November, towards the end, we are winding down with some of the academic programs. So, my son's first trimester is coming to an end, and my French class is also coming to an end. So, I needed a little bit of motivation, that little extra push or kick. So I found this bakery in this neighborhood, and I've been hearing a lot about it. It's a French bakery, and they're supposed to have really good croissants and nice sweets and savories. So I decided to come by just as a little picker upper and get some pastries for breakfast. So this is what I got. Butter croissant, so good. Chocolate croissant, cannelle. This was amazing. Soft inside, but a little tough on the outside. Not tough, but just a little hard. Oh, and the raisin swirl and almond croissant, so nice and almondy. Got my chai. Chai is better than coffee, guys, some days. I'm going to look out at the lovely fall foliage and motivate myself. It's pumpkin season, guys. So here I just finished baking a quiche. So I use my regular recipe that I have, but in the puree, where you add the eggs and the milk or cream or whatever, I added some pumpkin puree as well into that mix and then poured all over it. So given it's so seasonal, it's just fantastic to be able to add pumpkin. It just gets me so excited for fall, for this time of the year. Not to miss an opportunity, I add the puree to my dosa batter as well. And here I have pomegranates, a new invention. I'm nicely tucked in bed and having breakfast in bed. So cozy. And I came across this nice little combination of whole wheat bread and pomegranates and peanut butter jam. Yeah, and it kind of goes well, and pomegranates are in season, and to enjoy with a nice cup of coffee is a fantastic breakfast. Grapes too are at their best this time of year. We're having some of the best grape. Very sweet and delicious. Oh my god. I'm gonna wash these. Oh my god, I just tried some and they're unbelievably sweet and so crunchy. It must be so busy in Napa right now because they must be harvesting grapes and stomping and God knows what not to make delicious wine. But I love table grapes this time of the year. I want to see if you can hear the crunch. So good. And then guys, because of the rains, we got so many mushrooms all over our front yard and our backyard. They've just fallen over, it looks like. Ew, I wonder if I can touch it. Oh my gosh. Here's another one. Fallen over again. I just went and bought mushrooms. I could have just had these. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my god, there's some really poisonous ones. But if they were edible, that'd be so nice. Look at this cute one popping out. Oh, it's nice and firm. They're all over the yard. Oh my gosh. It's kind of nice to see this. My grandma in Kerala used to go foraging in her backyard. And she used to find mushrooms. And she used to make a dish out of it. But she knew. She could tell which ones were the edible ones and which one was not. I just got back from the grocery store, which is why I have my mask on. Look, another one over here. I think this one will get quite big. Wow. It's all over, the white one. Oh, and next to it is like a little red one. Amazing. picked a bunch of curry leaves, guys, because we're going to lose the curry leaves in the winter. And then also we got a ton of apples. You should see an apple harvest. Fresh squeezed apple juice here, you can tell from the froth. With the rest of the apples, I decided to make an apple pie as well. And of course, they're great to just slice and eat. Lots of cinnamon here. Cinnamon is just so good in a baked apple pie. So I managed to burn it a little bit on top, but it was quite nice. The apples were nicely cooked. I love warm apple. A lot of people don't. But here is it delicious. It wasn't that pretty looking, but it tasted very good. And I also added a little bit of ice cream on top. And then, what's not to love with that combination?
I don't know what's wrong with me. I just feel like baking all the time. Oh, look at the difference in the color of the yolk. This is really high quality egg. Just look at it. Anyway, I'm trying to make a banana bread, because I had a lot of ripe bananas. So mash that up over there. And this is just a random recipe. If it's good, I will add it to the description link. It's Greek yogurt and eggs. Because they asked for sour cream. Who keeps sour cream these days? So I just have substituted with Greek yogurt. Stick of butter melting there. Best part, the chocolate chips. Nice and generous. Leftover flour in there as well. This is about to be good. Also stuck in some frozen blueberries. I hope the kids don't catch on to it. And in it goes into the oven at 350 degrees for 50 minutes. And it's ready. And look, I'm becoming like such a seasoned chef. I put some egg glaze on top because it wasn't sweet. I had half the amount of sugar I used. So I thought, I'll make it a little sweet on top, and then I put these crystallized sugar on top of that egg glaze. So it's kind of looking kind of fun, interesting, as the Americans say. It's a little dense, I thought, but but it's an easy way. That prep is only, like it says, 10 minutes. Of course, it always takes a little bit longer. So it's 10 minutes, and and it's a one pot thing. You can mix everything together and just kind of mix it in. The taste is good, and I'm eating it nice and warm. And those blueberries were a nice addition. And of course the chocolate chips. So for a nice breakfast item or tea time snack, it's quite nice, and it's so easy to make. And my sugar crystals were a really nice addition.
So then I also tried to make it a little moist. So what I did is made a natural fresh compote. I put blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries together, mixed them up, put it in the microwave for a minute and a half, and it turned into this lovely, rich, syrupy compote. No sugar added. So I mixed these two with the bread, and I put a dollop of ice cream, and there you had a nice dessert. But anyway, I just wanted to share how to make a compote. And then out of nowhere, we had a super sunny day. So the weather is so unpredictable here. It'll be cold, and then suddenly you'll get t-shirt weather, So whenever that happens, I try to just seize the day, carpe diem, and enjoy it. Let's go check out the persimmon trees. There it is, guys. You can see the persimmons. These look like, are these fuyus or chias? I think they're chias. the colors. So the persimmons are so beautifully camouflaged because they're the same color as the autumn leaves. Let's take a closer look. Can you spot the persimmon behind the leaves, which are exactly the same color? Oh, let's see, there's some green up there, so maybe I can contrast it better. There! With the green, you can see them stand out. Beautiful. Soon all the leaves will drop, and then you'll have just the persimmons hanging from the trees like Christmas ornaments. That's how nature celebrates Christmas. It may be getting cold here, but it's never a bad time for appams. In all of India, I think it is just special to Kerala cuisine. And I believe they make this in Sri Lanka as well. So it's one of my favorite dishes. It's up there with biryani, and there's nothing like appam and stew on a rainy day or a bright day, basically any day of the year.
Nice lacy appams and a delicious goat and potato stew. Oh my god, I can't wait to dig in on a nice rainy California evening.
I just love how gluten-free friendly South Indian food is. So here, look at it, it's perfectly fermented. This is my idli batter, but now I have to double the time for fermentation in my Instant Pot. You can't go wrong in the Instant Pot. And I want you to hear the bubbliness of this batter because it's just perfect.
That makes for a scrumptious breakfast and really soft idlis. Now it's brown and black in color because I used whole brown rice and black urad dal with the skin on. So that's what it is, a beautiful breakfast with steaming piping hot sambar and coconut cilantro chutney.
Picking the last of the pomegranates here. Do we have a good one? Oh, it's gone bad, the top. There's some good ones in there. We'll salvage it. Do not worry. So that's a haul. Looks nice, no? Red on red. I wonder if these are sweet this year. I'm quite excited. Gift from Neiman Marcus. Wow. Cheers, guys. I made apple, pomegranate. I added beetroot and ginger to this. It's delicious. The apples are so sweet and the pomegranate is not sweet, but it just makes it perfectly balanced. Cheers. So guys, I'll leave you with that, a view outside my window. And if you want a window into Indo-California living, do like, comment and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.